We're at Marina Park in Titusville, Florida. The park is primarily a parking area for launching of boats, although they do have a playground here for the children. They just built it, I think. But we're here for the launch of the shuttle. And a lot of people are here, but it's hardly overcrowded. There's room to park off-road, out of the parking lot in a dirt area. So there's plenty of room to take a look and see. Fireball, huh? We're starting to hear a gentle roar now. It just keeps going and going and going. You're hearing the roar of the engines now. It's finally getting to us. It just keeps going. Certainly one of the most excitable times in my life. I believe I could see him drop the external fuel tanks through the binoculars. Just awesome. Today we're at the Student Union of the University of North Florida, where they're having what's called a Weather Fest. Weather like up in the clouds. If you like weather, you'll love it here.
Right. Hey, look, it's me.
Did they help disassemble?
You ever wondered what was inside those big white domes? A big white dish. Anything from the Air National Guard to weather spotters, amateur radio. Hurricanes are the big deal here, like earthquakes in California. Hurricanes is what they prepare for here. You don't have an earthquake kit, you've got a hurricane kit. And the Coast Guard was kind enough to bring one of their copters out.
Every day coming back, we fly the beach line on Key West into the Navy base. I just know like
And we're going to launch a weather balloon.
Away it goes.
That balloon will be about 25 foot in circumference and will pop at about 115,000 feet, taking 1,000 foot a minute to get there. Last shot of Benji before he goes to the groomer. In my last newsletter I talked about potential fires. This is a type of forested area that's all over the place here in Florida. We're building an office building is right behind me. You can hear the roar of the freeway, maybe see the few cars through there, but these small patches of woods are everywhere, and if it gets dry these things can light up. What starts the fires, I don't know. Lightning, of course. They have lightning here like anywhere else. We're in the shop with the big boys now. I had to get the heavy-duty equipment. We're at Jacksonville Beach, which goes as far as you can see in either direction. The sand here is really fine compared to what we have at home, which is relatively coarse compared to this. This is not quite like pepper, but you could compare pepper and salt, and that would probably be the difference between the beaches on the west coast and the beach here at Jacksonville. They're real proud of their beaches here, and for good reason. Dogs are allowed on the beach before, I think, 8 o'clock and after 5 p.m. It's 4:30 now. Now at home when I was a kid, I used to find starfish and seashells, that sort of thing at the beach. And here you still can, obviously. The kids haven't picked them all up. The sand packs so tightly, it's so fine that the dog isn't even leaving footprints. It's like he's walking on concrete. This is the type of beaches you can drive on. They don't allow it here, but you could easily. Anna Kingsley, the owner of the Kingsley Plantation. Once she came to Florida, she became known as Anna Kingsley. Her story is rare for the plantation period, experiencing every level of plantation society: slave, free, landowner, and slave owner, planter's wife, and plantation manager. The main home or building of the Kingsley Plantation, undergoing renovation now. In its day, it was a very comfortable and large home. The pathways are paved with a bark-like material. It's very spongy. I think it's been treated in some manner. It's almost like those mats they have at the children's parks. Maybe it's an artificial material. Although it looks loose, it's compacted, stuck together. You can't kick it loose. Recycled rubber. I don't know the exact process yet, but it's laid down in a liquid form. That is, it's formable, and then it sets itself up. Some chemical process, obviously. Rubber hoses, tires, all sorts of rubber material, plastic. Dependent on slaves for labor, these are the cabins they were allowed. Apparently set up as 2 rooms. Made out of this clamshell material. It's strong, but nowhere near as strong as concrete. We're at the repair facility in the north side of Jacksonville. They're repairing the van, front end alignment, that sort of thing. This is a 1950 model made by Ford, originally for the Railway Express Agency, the REA. Before UPS, they would be the small package carrier. They'd put a load of packages together in, let's say, New York. They'd deliver it to the railroad. The railroad would railroad it down to San Antonio or LA or Seattle. And they would break it all out, spread it out over to the delivery points. That's how it was done before the interstate system. For those of you who aren't old enough to remember, it's the interstate highway system that killed the REA, because trucks became more efficient. They're not really more efficient, but faster and more lighter on their feet, so to speak. Things moved a lot better. We're kind of moving back to railroads nowadays because of the efficiency. This fellow here is going to restore the vehicle, change it from a 6-volt system to a 12-volt system, get it back on the road and use it to deliver parts.